Have you heard about nudging yet? The concept comes from the book Nudge, Improving Decisions About Health, Wealth, and Happiness by Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein. Sunstein recently published an essay, Nudging, a very short guide. So we're trying to make that list a little bit shorter. Sunstein's 10 nudges are listed in this video, and we came up with examples so you can start generating ideas of your own and put those concepts to work. First up is default rules. The classic example for this is double-sided printing, with the goal of lowering costs by saving paper, and then an extra goal of helping to save the environment. Default rules can be one of the most effective nudges. The concept is to make people actively choose the undesired choice. Number 2, simplification, usually of a process. The example here is reordering questions on an application or form. The goal, to increase submission rates. Complexity causes confusion. Create intuitive processes to help increase signups, submissions, or applications. Number 3, social norms. Example, advertise the number of students who volunteer with the goal of encouraging positive town and gown community relationships with the surrounding area of campus. When social norms are localized and specific, this nudge has the potential to have huge effects. So, what happens if your data doesn't show that the majority of students participate in a desired behavior? If this is your case, you can ask students what they believe should be the desired behavior. Usually that will get you to the majority. Number 4, increase ease and convenience. Example, place fruit in a visible and convenient location, with the goal to increase fruit consumption at the dining hall. Obviously, the idea here is to keep things as easy as possible to reduce barriers. Remember that barriers can be real or perceived. Consider asking your students how they feel about the task that you're asking them to complete. Do they perceive it as difficult or ambiguous? If so, you might want to change the strategy. Number 5, disclosure or transparency. In this example, let's say that your students pay $7 per semester for the rec center through their student services fee. The goal here would be to advertise that information to increase the number of students who visit the rec center. With the disclosure nudge, information should be clear and simple. If you have a lot of details, consider posting that online for those students who desire to read more. Number 6, positive warnings. Our example here is warning, participation might cause happiness, with the goal to create interest in the campus comedy event during orientation. Now I did add the word positive to Sunstein's just simple warnings, because without it, it just seems like a scare tactic. Scare tactics might work to a degree, but I like to keep things positive. The ultimate goal of a warning nudge is to just catch the reader's attention. Number 7, pre-commitment. Our example here is asking students to sign up for the fall day of service in the summer, with the goal to just gauge the number of students who will participate. Pre-commitment actually produces higher participation. When people say yes to something once, that means they're open to the idea of it later. Number 8, reminders, which are text message, emails, etc. Drawing from the example earlier, this is the email that you send about the fall day of service the day of. The goal is to actually get those students who said that they would attend to show up. You want to time reminders so students can take immediate action. If they get an email and they have to wait 2 or 24 hours, they might never make it back to that email to take that action that you've asked. Number 9, ask for intention. Example, you participated in the leadership course last year. Do you plan to again this year? With the goal of encouraging repeat participants. And yes, this simple question has actually been shown to boost participation in case studies. As an alternative, you can try using identity. For example, you're on the dean's list. Have you ever thought about becoming a tutor? Number 10, provide information about consequences of past choices. Now we're kind of making this one up, but here's our example. You went to the library 15 times last semester. Students who visit the library are more likely to receive an A on their final exam, with the goal to increase positive study habits. We are already collecting data about students, so we should use it to help them succeed. Here's a direct link to Cass Sunstein's full essay. Have questions or your own examples of small but effective ways that you use nudging in your work? Comment below. We would love to hear from you.